Hello guys, my name is Eric. You are welcome to another episode. In this episode, I'm going to give you the guideline for planting tomato. So I want to start from the scratch, how we prepare our ridge. So the basis of this ridge, you should have like you should make the big ridge, like from one ridge, you see these two ridge, from one ridge, from the center of the ridge to another center, it should be 1.5 meters. And on top of the ridge, you can see from this beginning of this ridge, from this side, it should be at least 40 to 50 centimeters. So that once you already make your ridge, so you can level it. After level it, so that this dripper, they can lay it very well. And the basic like to remember is like you should leave at least like 15 centimeters apart when you put your first drip, and then you leave a gap in the end also you leave, so that when the water will go down, it will not go outside the ridge. That's the basic. And in case of this field, we put manure, which we mix with micro fertilizer, and the ratio, the amount in 4 meters of this ridge. 4 meters we put one basket, and then we mix it thoroughly with the manure and the micro. So this is what we put. After we put this, we install our drip. Once we install our drips, the second step is to opening the irrigation. So once we open the irrigation, and then we will be ready to transplant our plant. In the transplanting, we create a starter solution, and the starter solution that we create, we use DAP fertilizer, and also we use Yara Milawina fertilizer with the ratio of 2 to 1, which means 2 DAP and 1 ratio of Yara Milawina fertilizer. This is our start solution. That's how we do this. So I'm going to show you how we are transplanting, the spacing from one plant to another. So in the transplant, the spacing that we are using is 60 centimeters from one plant to another plant. But we use the zigzag formula, like zigzag, which means in the center between one plant and another, we put another plant. So we call it zigzag because you see, like you cross Z like this, so, and also like this, so we call it zigzag. So which means from one plant of one drip is 60 centimeters, but in between of each plant you put one plant to another. So this is how we do transplanting. So once we are transplanting, the first thing to do is to drench our seedling when we took from the nursery. So we drench it with Trichoderma. So once we drench, so we dig the hole, we create a small hole where we put our solution, that starter solution that I said. We put 2:1, 2 ratio of DAP fertilizer and 1 ratio of Yara Milawina fertilizer, and then we close and leave our plant in this situation. This is like the foundation of this field. Another important thing is to address about the staking material. So we prefer, before even transplanting, to consider installing these stakes or these posts for helping to support the plants once the plants they are growing. So we always just put like 2 meters apart because these are very short. But if you have big posts, so if you have big one, you can put 4 meters apart. But because they are very short to get the plants, so because they bear a lot of weight, so to avoid the plant falling down, to give it a grip support, we usually put like 2 meters apart. So that's how you can see. This is how we are doing in foundation. The next step, I will show you the progress and other management, how we are doing so that we can achieve high yield. So let's talk about management. In tomato management, our first management is nutrition. So once you put your seedling here, you already transplant, so management start right away. So the first management is nutrition, so you can program how you're going to apply your fertilizer. So you can make a good program that it differs. There is no single formulation that we can say you can use this kind of formulation, but in fertilizer we have like 3 groups. The time that we need to develop the leaves, and also there is a time we need to focus with the flowers and also the fruits. So we categorize like 3 groups of those fertilizer. When it comes to other management is weeding. So weeding is done very occasionally, depending on the presence of weeds, and that is another management. Another management, if you want to achieve or obtain high yield, is considering pruning. And for this type of tomato we are growing here are this bush varieties. So we just remove some odd leaves, and when it comes to pesticide application, we have like 2 major pesticides that we're applying. We have fungicide, especially in rain season, where we face a lot of especially blights. That is a common disease that we are facing during the rainy season, and in hot season or summer we face with insects. So we use different insecticides to control, especially most we have Tuta, absoluta, and also we have leaf miner, which is very, like, what I can say, like, it's that insects is become superior in this region, because now we are growing tomato from the way we are doing here, that we don't usually do crop rotation. Crop rotation, it's very important. I mean, like, crop rotation is very important, but for our case, we are known in the market that we are supplying tomato. We are full-time grower of tomato, so there is no way that we can give our excuse for our client that we don't have tomato. So because of the technology that we use different technology that we can remove tomato and plant another tomato. Thanks to the technology of Israeli, American technology, and the Chinese technology that we are applying here, and we are doing so well. So if you are starting a farmer, it is advisable to use crop rotation, and if you want to use this our technique that we have, you can contact us, so we can come and see your situation, and we can advise you according how we can make sure that you are keep growing tomato and obtaining high yield. So this is what we are doing. In insects, we use different also IPM, integrated pest management, like using this traps like Tuta trapping, this pheromone. Also we use this yellow traps. So different combination, but more important is sanitation. So keeping the farm clean, this is the secret for obtaining high yield. I hope you find the value in this episode. I hope you will give it a like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. See you in another episode.